Hi everyone, I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you so much for joining us today for our regular Q&A session, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Today is Wednesday, August 19th. We're going to talk about U.S. immigration and the insanity that is the U.S. immigration system and all the ups and downs in our regular Q&A. TikTok live, immigration lawyer John, live on YouTube, JQK Law Firm. And my hair is getting long. I need to get a haircut. And the recording of this on YouTube as well as the podcast, the JQK Immigration Law Firm or JQK Law Firm. You find that on iTunes and the rest of the podcast places, and the recording here on YouTube. If you haven't already, like, subscribe to get the latest updates. We try to put out a video every day at least with that updates on what's going on in immigration. And I have some really good news for myself and my client that I want to share with you. Right before coming on, one of my clients just got a waiver approved for the COVID-19 travel ban. This is a person who did their embassy interview, was awarded an immigrant visa, and as soon as they entered the United States, they would have had a green card, but because they're from a European country, they were not allowed to board an airplane, and within, we submitted a request at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Right now it's 5 p.m., 5 hours. I just got the email that it was approved. Really happy. Client's going to be ecstatic. I just emailed them the approval notice. We're going to jump on that. So good things do happen. There's a lot of good people in the immigration system despite what's happening. A lot of people at the embassies, at the Customs and Border Protection, CBP, at USCIS that are trying to do their best. They're really dedicated people, and I want to send my thanks and appreciation to them for their understanding of what we're going through, because I know they're going through it too, especially with the furloughs that are probably going to happen. A lot of people are not going to be able to get a paycheck next month, doing their hardest to do some good work, and they can't do that. So it's a messed up situation, but I want to share that with you. As always, this is just general education only. We're going to talk about this is not a way personal immigration guidance. What you should do is consult with an immigration lawyer in person or by video, whatever, just individually for personal guidance. So with that, let's get it started. All right, everyone, thank you so much for doing our YouTube today. Yesterday, I actually did YouTube as well live instead of Instagram, which is my typical. We'll be back on Instagram, JK Law Firm, tomorrow live. But we got some quick questions right now on YouTube, so I want to get to those before we get into the TikTok questions. Our friends there who are regularly at. Wendy says, Glory from Columbus, Ohio. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on board. Mr. and Mrs. Bahram says, when U.S. Embassy reschedule... Sorry, the YouTube chat feature sucks. It says, when U.S. Embassy reschedule biometric and interview date for CR1 case whenever they get around to it. The embassy doesn't when they do it. Hi, could you expedite my I-730 petition through Congress? How long could it take? And these timeline questions have no answers. So you could give it a shot. You could contact your congressperson for help, and they may be able to do something. They may not be able to do something. You just give it a shot and see what happens. Some person says, is there a way I can make my dad legal? I don't know. I need to know what's going on with your dad's case. Schedule a private consultation. Karthik says, why you can't travel when your H-1B visa is on processing? If you're doing change of status, you're in the United States and you have one status, let's say a student visa, and then you request to change that status to H-1B. If you leave the U.S., you abandon the change of status. Now, the H-1B itself could potentially be approved. It's a big headache fixing it. With the trial ban right now, you won't be able to come back in. It just layers and layers of complexity, but the simple is, I don't know all the facts of your case, but if it's a situation where you have a change of status, if you leave, you could abandon the change of status, and it's going to create problems down the road, right there too, at the beginning of the road. So it's not something you want to do, but consult with the employer's attorney who did it for you, and they can explain it in more detail that matches the details of your case. Okay, Raja says, how can I apply for a visitor visa for my cousin from Pakistan to the United States? Well, you can't do anything. It's not up to you to apply. If a person wants to visit the United States, they have to apply for a tourist visa on their own. It's their own application. They submit it to the U.S. Embassy through the form DS-160, and then you just take it from there. But it's not anything related to you. From Pakistan, under current conditions, there's a 51% chance that at least it's going to get denied. Not optimistic, but it does happen. It really depends on your cousin's background, whether it's approvable or not. On YouTube, Kishore says, thanks for live. You got it, Kishore. Great talking with you, connecting with you. And we're all good luck with the I-730 expedite. And okay, we got Stephanie says, my mom didn't come in with the visa, and she hasn't seen her mom in 23 years. Parole an option. Not a realistic option. You could always try it, but you know, you never know. you should consult with an attorney in private to get the risks involved with doing that. But it's something you may want to try. I don't know, but I'm not optimistic. It's a difficult situation. Parole, this is what happens in this kind of cases. Because this person entered the U.S. unlawfully, if they leave the United States, they won't be allowed back in. They'll also be subject to a 10-year ban from reentry. So when you get parole, you're still allowed to come back in. But you have to request this humanitarian parole, and parole is the ability of the U.S. to just let you in. But they don't just give it for any reasons, and this administration definitely is not going out of its way to help people. So I'm not optimistic, but it's not unheard of. Bob says, is there a chance to get a visa approved if you're rejected 2 years ago from India? Every time you apply for a visa, it's a different chance, different officer, different set of facts. Yeah, there is a chance. Now, how much a chance is, it's up to you how much time and money is worth it to spend for that. But there's a chance, yeah, 1% is a chance. Donia says, is it true that more than 80% of employees of immigration are not working? The furlough that's going to happen is around 13,000 employees out of 20,000. So I got to do the math. What's 5 times 13 is 50. No, it's more like 65% are going to be furloughed. I mean, these are general numbers. Who knows? Not 80%. So that's what the situation is going to be. So it's going to be a disaster. It's a complete disaster. The furloughs are USCIS saying, I just keep seeing my haircut, and I'm like, oh my God, his haircut's out of hand. But sorry, I'm distracted with all these cameras and different angles of my long hair for people who are watching. USCIS says they ran out of money because of COVID-19, which is a blatant lie, just a complete lie, because when President Trump came in, what they did is they hired a bunch of fraud investigators. They made everything more difficult for USCIS. So they were taking in the same amount of money. They're spending 2 or 3 times as much, or if not more, on extra review of cases, extra hassling people. And I see it. I deal with this every day. It's my life. It's all I do all day. Think about immigration and deal with USCIS. All I do. And so I know they just went out of their way to hassle people, and it's expensive to hassle people to this level. And so they ran out of money. And so now they need a bailout. They're not going to get it, it seems, and that's that. Raul asks, any news about immigration court opening in California for non-detained hearings, individual hearings? You know, each court is different. They keep pushing it back. So you got to check the EOIR website and check to see what the court that you're dealing with is happening, what's going on with them. And it varies. Saucy says, I have a question. Go ahead. Fuzo says, my brother's fiance is waiting for a visa interview in Afghanistan. How to find if they started visa process? You contact I don't know exactly how to find a visa process. I don't know where your case is at, so I can't really answer that. So I don't know. I should consult a lawyer private to see where they are at. If you're saying the I-129F was approved, what's going on, you could try contacting the National Visa Center or the embassy. Right now, they're pretty much putting fiance K-1 visas on hold, so it's a big hassle. Kishore follows up question, is green card family numbers going to carry over to next fiscal year to employee base? If yes, are they going to be available in October 2020? Some colleague told me that's the case. I don't know for a fact, and I don't really get into stuff you have no control over. So it may or may not. It really doesn't. We have no idea what's going to happen. So we'll see what happens. Raji says, my friend married to a green card holder. His application is pending. Can he apply for AP to visit, advanced parole? No, I mean, you apply for a visa. You wouldn't parole you in that kind of situation. They give it a shot. May or may not work. You always have to give it a shot. Wendy says, if the government does not want to see people be unemployed, why don't they help the USCIS money they're asking? Why don't they give the money? Well, I mean, because the government, the current government doesn't like immigration, and so they're doing everything they can to destroy the immigration system, unfortunately. You know, so many of my clients, I deal with a lot of investors and professionals who come here. They just want to invest millions and millions and create thousands of jobs in the United States. Just me, I'm a solo practice, thousands of guys, hundreds and hundreds of jobs. And they don't let them come. So if our economy is going bad, there's a big push on once I got into immigration, let me back it up. It was extremely interesting. I started doing investor cases. So people coming here, starting businesses and, helping the economy here, creating jobs. And I didn't realize how big an aspect of our economy is, like in Los Angeles, where the foreign people come here, they start businesses, they're running and they're operating and they're living here and operating this business. It's massive, massive, massive. It's huge. And so they're just such a big part of the economy. They bring money from overseas, bring it here, the investment over here, the research and development over here. It's just hate and racism. I hate accusing people of racism and hate because it's so misused, that accusation, but it's just not logical or anything but that. When you look at the facts, facts are that a lot of these people are coming here and creating businesses, and we're doing everything we can to stop them. So hopefully wiser people come and play. I'm not really, whoever comes to power this November, I'm not sure wise people are going to come in. So we'll have to see. We'll see what happens. Let's go check YouTube. Okay, so on TikTok, Saw says, I applied for my wife's social security number. How long will it take to get the mail? I don't know. You have to ask the post office and the social security office. Donia says, because my parents are green card holders more than 130 days, and we called and they said August 25th. I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the previous question was, but the rest of it, but if they still have to wait, you have to wait. Afuzo says, or how to call the embassy to see when they'll start visa processing. Just go to their website, see what kind of contact information they have. It might be emailing them and see what I have to say. Honestly, I'm not going to tell you anything. You just have to wait. But if you really want to ask this question, then go ask them. I'm not the person to ask. Ankush says, sir, please tell about social. I'm waiting since last month. I got work permit already. Please contact the Social Security office. I'm not in charge of your Social Security number or card. Vivian says, it's the U.S. Embassy open in Mexico for interviews? No, that's not going to be open for a while. And once it opens up, you're going to have to wait a long time for it to go down. Liz says, you speak Spanish? I don't. Santosh says, U.S. Embassy in Pakistan start giving visa interviews for some, it's not for others. Afu says, yes, she had her medical exam interview. I don't know what to tell you. Abdul Shah says, am I allowed to change the service center? No. You can't do anything. Ankush says, sir, I'm waiting for a social. Yeah, answer that. Answer that a couple times. Vian says, my case is taking too long. Is there anything I can do? Well, taking too long is subjective. So is it actually taking so long, or is that the typical time? I don't know what kind of case you have. I don't know what's going on, but if it's factually taking too long, longer than what it actually is, you try contacting USCIS, you try contacting your congressperson, you can file a lawsuit, but I don't know if your case is actually taking too long or if it's within normal processing times. And I want to say hi to our colleague Parviz Malkudi joining us. Definitely subscribe to his channel. He's going hard and putting a lot of good material out there that he can enjoy. Nausha Ranbir Kapoor. Yes, I've had that reference. Was it you that said it before? But yes, I've had that reference. Ranbir Kapoor. I'm guessing it's an Indian actor. I had my wife look it up. Not a bad looking guy, whoever it was. I think that was the name. I'm not good at these names, but thank you if it's a compliment. If not, then screw you. Just kidding. So we're reading some more questions to pop up in a second. But these timelines, if you thought the timelines for USCIS were bad now, wait to see what happens next month when they go into furlough. Have no expectations of timelines. It sucks, but it is what it is. Donia says, immigration saying wait, like how long is more than I-130? I don't know. You look like, yeah. It is what it is. You just gotta wait, and if it's outside normal processing times, file a complaint, but they don't care. So you just have to wait. I have to deal with this issue all the time. Aurora says, is USCIS still accepting I-130 applications? Well, I-130s are petitions technically, but they are accepting I-130 petitions. They never stop. Even with the furlough, they're keeping around, I don't know, 8,000 employees. So they're probably going to be people that are accepting cases and receiving them. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure for a fact. But this is probably what's going to happen. They're going to accept the cases, but they're just not going to work on them. So I've been sending I-130s. I send I-130s all the time. I've sent everything. Never stopped accepting anything. And I don't think that's going to change. Accepting is one thing. Approving is another. So if you need to start your case started, at least get your priority date. At least get the ball in. I mean, the filing fees are going to go up in many cases. Get that in before they increase the filing fees. Now, I-130s, I think, are going to go down $10. That's not a big deal. But yeah, just get it in if it's appropriate. I don't know your individual case, so I can't tell you what to do. But don't waste time about this stuff. And people should consult with an attorney. These questions about is it open or not. If you had a lawyer, you wouldn't have these kind of questions. I know it's expensive, but if you have that question, then that means you definitely need to have a lawyer. Donia says, after passing for 135 days for green card holder, how long is it really going to take? There is no fixed time. It's whatever how long it's going to take. Try contacting USCIS. Wen King says, does international students are welcome to the USA now? Okay, I've done a lot of videos on this. If you go to my YouTube or Instagram page, I have an hour-long Q&A I have with USC, University of Southern California law, or just regular students, college students, about what's going on with student visas, international students coming. The rule as it is now is if you're taking a full, even a hybrid course, I believe, you could come. It's physical. But if you're taking a fully online course, unless you're a returning student that was in school in a date in March and having it, you can't just come for a full online course that's new. So let me rephrase that. I might have made it sound complicating. If you're a new F1 student visa holder, a new international student who wants to come here, and your courses are going to be fully online, they will not give you the visa and they will not let you in. If you're at the airport, they'll kick you out and send you back home. They only will allow existing students who are going online courses to come in. But if you have a full regular course curriculum where it's in person or maybe hybrid, I can't remember if hybrid's permanent or not, but it probably is. I'll have to double check on that. Then you can come in. So that's the state of student visas right now, and that's what's happening. Vivian says, it's 3 years normal wait time for interview in Mexico. Yes and no. I mean, Mexico, Ciudad Juarez for the interview is all over the place. 1 year is not bad, but 3 years, yeah, that's kind of out of hand. But you got hit with the bad situation, so you can easily wait 1 year for an interview at Ciudad Juarez Embassy, the U.S. Embassy in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. And then when that year is coming up, COVID-19 happens, that's 6 months. So a year and 6 months, yeah, I can see that happening. But 3 years, I don't know what's going on. You might have, I need to know more about your case to say if it's normal or not, because I have to reference what's happened in your specific case. And the way you calculate time might be different from the way I calculate time. So so I need to really know what's happened in your case to give you that kind of case-specific advice. Donia says, is there a change on the I-130 application fee for siblings to apply? I think they're decreasing the I-130 for everybody. It's the same I-130 fee. I think they're decreasing by like $10 or something like that. Bimby says, how much is the wait time for interview in Pakistan? There is no fixed wait time. You just have to wait when it's your turn, and the embassy will get to you. One case might take 2 months to get an interview. One case might take a year to get an interview. It's not fixed like for everybody. It just really depends on the case and the facts and the situation that you're dealing with. So, you know, just be patient. It's going to get as it is. You have to improve. Yeah, you have to be patient, and that's the name of the game with immigration. It's already a slow system, and it's intentionally been made even slower. And I know it sucks when you have a spouse or kids or parents, or you have a job lined up, all this kind of stuff. But that's just all we got right now. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you know, contact your congressperson, push them and say, let's do something different. You're welcome, Dunya. We're not happy with this. File complaints. I don't know. Do whatever you can to make some noise about it. Bim says, do you know if U.S. Embassy is closed because of COVID? Yes, that's the reason it's closed, yeah. So that's the reason why almost all the embassies are closed, or at least mostly closed right now. And we don't know when COVID-19 is going to go away, so we don't know when that's going to open either. But there are still, it depends on the kind of case. So some embassies will do like cases for U.S. citizens, things deal with U.S. citizens. Or they'll do marriage to U.S. citizen cases, but they won't do marriage to green card holding cases. It really depends on the specific case in the embassy, how they're doing it. Like Barry says, yes, and citizen waiting for my fiance to get her interview. So, like, yeah, it just depends. Like, I had a case in a country that had very low COVID-19 numbers. They opened the embassy. They got the fiance visa last 2 weeks ago or something like that. And the fiance came. But in Pakistan, I'm not sure what the situation is. It changes. And all these embassies do things differently all the time. So we don't really know. We just got to check on them. And really, there's not much you can do other than be patient. That's what I would recommend. Just be patient and wait it out, and you know, just deal with it. Unfortunately, it's not a good answer, but that's just what we're dealing with right now. It's terrible. It's just terrible. I hate to laugh. It's just sometimes when things are so bad, you just laugh. You know, yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, it is what it is, and that's just the way I have to look at it. Be very stoic about it, understanding that some things are out of our control, and because of that, we just have to, just carry on our daily lives. Work, study, do self-improvement, talk with our loved ones, exercise, everything you can just to make yourself stronger and better and prepare and for what's going on in the future. Bims says, okay, thank you so much for your help and explaining everything. You're welcome. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you, Bims boy. If you all had the time, if you liked my answers, feel free to go to Google and type in JQK Law Firm. The results for Google, put my office website on the left-hand side of it. What is it, right-hand side or right-hand side, I think. And leave a review, just 5 stars. You don't have to even explain it. Just write 5 stars or John is great or something like that. It all helps me out to do better business and get more people, just pay attention to my firm and just be frank about it. So I appreciate it if you like this information, and it helps me out too. So the more help I get, the more I'm going to keep doing these videos and these live sessions for you. So just go to JQK Law Firm on Google, and the Google reviews will pop up. Just put a 5-star. I really appreciate that. Ali says, I got citizenship today. Interview oath ceremony, same day in Connecticut. Thank you for providing all the info. Wonderful. Great news. Thank you, Bimby, as well. Thank you for doing that. But Ali says, got a citizenship oath ceremony, same day. Because it's neat. Because of COVID-19, they don't want people to come and go. When you do the citizenship interview at most field offices, USCIS offices where the interview happens, they'll do the oath ceremony where you say, I promise to be a citizen, all that, on the same day. So they get it in, get it out, and you get your citizenship certificate or certificate of naturalization is the proper name. And so that's wonderful. We got approval for one of our followers and members. Ali, once again, congratulations, and I appreciate you watching. Keep following. Now that you're a citizen, you're probably going to cancel and stop following on TikTok. You got what you need. But hey, if you did like the stuff I helped you out with, but I can't remember what I said I helped you out, but I appreciate it. Please go and leave a 5-star review. I'd appreciate that. JQK Law Firm. That'd be much appreciated, Ali. But congratulations once again. I'm glad things worked out in Connecticut. Samar says, what is the question about waiting on the approval interview for fiance answered? Yes, you just gotta wait. That was the short answer. You just gotta wait. Anything that's waiting is waiting. Samar says, I applied 9-4, no update yet. I don't know what 9-4 is, or September 4th. I don't know what to tell you, Samar. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what your question is exactly, but I don't know your specific case either. Okay. Let me, okay, Black says, hold up, do you like immigrant or not? I'm not sure what you're saying. Samar says, alrighty, thank you. You're welcome, Samar, thank you so much. We got some weird stuff popping up. Samar says, yes, September 4th, 2019. Samar, I kind of lost track of what your questions were, but if things have been pending, it depends on the kind of case it is and the specific issues involved with the case, and sometimes things just take a while, so I don't have any specific information I can say. We have a supporter, it says, a follower, it says, King Schmuck, says, Trump 2020, good for you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have a question on YouTube. How do you become an immigration specialist? So, you know, I'm a California attorney, and the California Bar Organization, we're not allowed to call ourselves specialists unless they take a separate exam to do that. And the exam is so much of a hassle, I don't think I'm ever going to do it. It's such a pain to do it. But let's say immigration focused, and yeah, I got to answer everything. Oh, you're welcome, Samar. And so, you know, I just said, you know, when I became a lawyer, I started doing immigration cases, and whenever someone else said, please do this case, employment law, criminal law, DUIs, trust and estates, wills, I said, no, I'm just going to do immigration. And, you know, thank you, but not thank you. I won't take that money. I'll only focus on helping immigrants all day, every day. And that's how I got to focus on U.S. immigration law. And then I started teaching it, you can find out more information about my background. I'm a professor, I train other immigration lawyers. I have a lot of, not only do I have the JQK Law Firm page, you all seen you doing this is from my law office, I have another organization called the Immigration Lawyers Toolbox, where I train other lawyers in immigration law. And also, I've been an adjunct professor of law at Loyola Law School and at Pepperdine Law School here in Los Angeles, Southern California. And so I taught there, but now I prefer just teaching other lawyers that are students. So I focus all my time, or half time on clients, helping you all out, and the other half on helping immigration lawyers or people who want to become immigration lawyers to how to do this right. Because as the questions pop up that you guys give me, I get the same questions from new lawyers and existing lawyers. There's a lot of confusion. So I spend a lot of my time just reading the immigration laws all day, every day. It's my hobby. And that way, when people have questions, usually I'll know most of the answers. Not on every type of case. I don't do asylum cases. I don't help people who are being kicked out, or removal, deportation. So those are not ones that I could help with. I still study it, but I don't go my other way to put myself as an expert on that. But the rest of the stuff that I handle a lot, which is a lot of questions we have here, family, marriage cases, investor cases, and certain nuanced cases dealing with port authorities and the embassies, consular processing and admission with CBP, the technical terminology. Those are my focus. And I reach out to, and I have a podcast called the Immigration Lawyers Podcast, where every week I interview other lawyers. I analyze different laws with different lawyers. So I'm pretty big in the industry of immigration law. It's really important to me. And so yeah, that's that. So how you become specialized, something like that, really focus, is just put all in on that subject and learn it and spend time on it and really care about it. And that's how you get there. Tony says, I'm a citizen. I sponsored my brother and his family 3 years ago. Is this possibly they can get it? I don't know. They got to wait another 10, 15 years. They may or may not get it. Who knows what happens by then. Tony says tourist visa. So that's different. When you say sponsor a family member, it usually means a petition, I-130 petition for a green card. You don't really sponsor them for a tourist visa. They apply for a tourist visa. Will they get it? Will they not get it? That's up to the officer reviewing their case, whether they're going to do it. Who knows? Mandy says, how long they send work permit after apply? There's no fixed date really. Maybe 6 months, maybe more, maybe less. Arju says, can one apply for asylum after 4 years in the United States? Well, you can, but you have to have a reason why you took so long to file for asylum. There's a 1 year requirement that they say, well, you have up to 1 year after entering the United States to file for asylum. any longer than that, then it becomes questionable to say, well, why is this person taking so long? Why are they doing it now? And they'll deny it unless you could show some sort of exception to explain why you didn't file sooner. And so that's that. So if he says, hi, I got a green card. Hi, I get green card for I-130, but my asylum case date 2020. What can I do? If you got your green card already, you can withdraw the asylum case. If it's in court, you got to, I don't know, I don't want to give advice that's specific to you because I don't know your true case. A lot of times people say stuff, they don't really know exactly the terminology, and it might be a mistake, and I can't have you rely on what I'm saying without me reviewing your case. But generally, if you get your green card and you had an asylum case pending, you can withdraw it. Now, whether that's appropriate for you to do or not, I don't know. I'd have to have a private consultation to actually review your paperwork, see what's going on, to see whether that's a safe thing to do or not. I don't want to tell you something that could hurt yourself, harm yourself for your case. So that's that. AK says, can I switch service center for a faster approval? No, you asked that on the other one too. No, it's not up to you. You have no control over the service center. They just do what they do. Arjun says, thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate it. We got a couple more minutes. If you have some questions that you want to throw out there, please feel free to do it. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. My email is info@jqqlaw.com. I love the immigration game, law, and deal with clients and all this kind of stuff. So as you see, I'm here all the time talking about it. I don't get tired. I get tired of the question about how long things are taking. I'll be honest, I get really tired of that. But other than that, I love it. And I get tired of the government really screwing people. I get tired of that. But other than that, I don't get tired. Let's see. Vanessa says, what form do you need to apply for a parent that lives outside the United States? It's the same petition you need for every family member, Form I-130. And that's what you submit for a parent that's overseas. But you got to review the parent's background to see if there's no issues and what's going on in their past. But the I-130 petition typically is what you send for a family member. Tony says, are you in the Bay Area? No, I'm located in Los Angeles, but I take cases in San Francisco, San Jose. I have a case that's going to be going to Fresno and Sacramento, all over the place. So, it depends on the case. Because most of the cases I handle don't require me to be where you are. I mail stuff into the government or upload things to the government. So that's why I take cases from across America. Sometimes you may need someone to go in person with you for an interview. In those kind of cases, we decide whether I can find a colleague to come. Maybe I'll fly out. Historically, I would just fly out before COVID-19, but now I'm not doing that. Especially Bay Area. So I fly to San Jose all the time for interviews with USCIS. But a lot of cases don't need me to come. It's just a matter of doing the paperwork right, preparing, practicing, and you go there and you hit it out the park, baseball terminology. Yeah, so just email my office. Let me know what the issue is first, and then we can figure out from there what's appropriate. So just, detail the issue involved and the case involved, and we'll see what happens. Sorry says, thank you as well. Belir says, I don't know, I typed in all these letters. I can't like a video. I don't know what you're saying. But thank you for writing that. Sony says, hi, is Fresno field office releasing I-751 approvals recently? I don't know. I haven't filed one in Fresno recently. They had a call today, a live call, a chat with them. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but they probably are. Well, I don't see why not. Vanessa follows up, my mom tried before for tourist visa, was denied. This can't interfere with the green card application. Well, it depends on what the denial is for. If they denied her because she committed fraud or was a terrorist or something, yeah, that'll be a problem. But probably they just denied her because they think she's going to come and stay here and not go back home. So probably not, but you got to get into it. So just consult with an attorney in private so I can see, because I can't advise what your mom could do or can't do because I don't know anything about your mom. So before I can tell you that, you got to do that. Wendy says, what is the main reason why you don't help people who are currently in removal or asylum cases? Because removal, there's a couple of reasons, but one of the main reasons is these cases take years and years and years. And I don't like dealing with cases that take over a year. So I like to get in and out, new ones, and seeing new people. I don't like going to court and arguing with people. Asylum is very depressing, unfortunately. And I used to do asylum, and it was a very depressing affair, hearing the stories, and I just couldn't handle it. So I just don't do them, but I have colleagues who are great at that. I'll just be frank, didn't match my personality. Danielle says, Form I-693 have to be sent if together with my I-40. Not necessarily. I went into detail about this yesterday, but it depends on the case whether you think you should want to do the medical exam. I-693 is a form for the medical exam when filing for a green card in the United States. Most of the time, like a marriage case, I do not send it with the application, but sometimes you do if you want to know what the doctor is going to write in there. If you already know what the doctor is going to say, it's not a big deal. But if there's some question to it, you want to get it done, and yeah, you can submit it with it or later. It doesn't really matter. If you have a type of case that gets approved without the person doing an interview, you want to send it with the application most likely, just so it gets done. But if it's a case that is going to require an interview, like a marriage green card case, they just bring it to the interview. But again, it varies. You have to see what's specifically going on in your case and what facts match what you're doing. So don't take that as individual legal advice. Good. Gina says, do you know anything about the Consultant in Jerusalem? Is it going to open up? You know, Gina, I have a colleague, let's see. I have a training program for lawyers, and I interviewed a colleague for half an hour that's a immigration lawyer in Israel, and we went over all this stuff, but it's a paid program. You have to buy it, so you can't access it. But the thing about Israel is they keep scheduling interviews and then canceling them. And then a few weeks later, they reschedule and they cancel it. My colleague, his name is Liam Schwartz, L-I-A-M, and last name Schwartz, S-C-H-W-A-R-T-Z. I think Liam Schwartz was telling me like he keeps getting interviews in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and then they cancel it because the COVID numbers go up and down. And he was telling me how much of a mess it is in Israel, how they handled the COVID-19 situation. And people are on the streets, up in arms, all this kind of stuff right now. And so they keep shutting it down, rescheduling, shutting it down, opening. So with regard to your question about are they going to open the consulate, what's not, we don't know. And nobody knows, even they don't know. And so that's just got to be patient and see what's happening and just be lucky. But yeah, that's what my colleague was telling me, who just deals with Israeli cases in Israel. That's the latest news I have from about 2 weeks ago. He told me that. All right, so whoa, we hit the 30-minute mark. We stayed over a little bit. Okay, I'll answer one question more. Can I apply for my husband right now? Yes. And Sonia says, how are you? I'm doing good. We had a lot of good questions today. When we have good questions, it makes time fly. So I appreciate everyone who joined us today. You could check out the video of this recording in a couple of days. It'll be on YouTube, JQK Law Firm. Please check it out, like, subscribe, and join that page. Thank you everyone on YouTube Live who joined. We have some crew over there. We have some TikTok people here. Tomorrow I'm going to be here on Instagram Live, JQK Law Firm's Instagram page, as well as the TikTok TikTok page, Immigration Lawyer John, J-O-H-N. I'm there Monday through Thursday. But the other apps, I go switch back and forth live, but I'm always here on the YouTube video. So glad to see you all. Be safe, and we'll talk tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.